Did you know that 4.5 million Americans would die each year if we had a lack of access to blood? That is 4.5 million mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts, and uncles who leave this earth prematurely due to lack of access to blood. Welcome, honored guests, staff, seniors, community members, and Director Riverall. My name is Luis Torres, and today I will be speaking to you about my work with the San Diego Blood Bank and my passion in increasing blood donations throughout San Diego County. My work with the San Diego Blood Bank became so important to me because of this beautiful thing we have in our bodies called blood. As you may know, blood can be used to save people's lives, but unfortunately, it is sometimes difficult to come by. This became a deeper passion of mine due to a family connection to a lack of access to blood. When I was younger, my father told me a story about when he was 18, his sister passed away from a very serious cancer, leukemia. My father was born in a very small town called Rio Verde in the state of San Luis Potosí in Mexico. At the time, his family did not have the resources to treat leukemia. Coming from a small town like Rio Verde, hospitals were not accessible. And to make matters worse, not all hospitals had the equipment to treat most cancers. My father's family needed to travel for hours to get to the hospital with the right equipment. Even if they had the necessary resources, blood donations were extremely low. At the time, the only way you can get blood was either have connections to someone that could get you blood or be rich, in which my father's family situation and many others living in Mexico, that was not the case. Learning from my father's family situation, it made me think, how many people have passed away in the United States because of this? It made me think, what would I do if I was in my father's shoes? It also made me think, what can I do to help those in need? I realized that today is the day to make blood easily accessible to all. I want to raise awareness to teens and our community. I want to encourage you out in the crowd to donate blood when you can, because we can never have enough blood. Every day, thousands of people have blood transfusions and are in desperate need of blood donations from donors to provide them with red blood cells, platelets, and plasma. We literally have it in us to save lives. Working with the San Diego Blood Bank became more and more important to me, more than I ever thought, to be very honest. I became passionate because donating blood is something that many people don't think about on a day-by-day basis. Volunteering at the blood bank allowed me to hear many stories about people in need of blood and the lack of access to it. I became increasingly passionate because I knew that by getting my peers to donate blood, we will be helping save a life. Learning from the nurses on staff at the blood bank, I learned many interesting facts. For one, how the blood type O negative is useful for all blood types. I was intrigued to see if my friends knew about blood types. When I asked them what blood type they had, many, if not all, could not answer this question. This furthered my passion into getting my peers to donate blood so that they can learn their blood type, but most importantly, save a life. Saving lives was my primary goal, but as time passed, involving my family, friends, and peers also became as equally important. Some challenges I faced during this experience I knew it was going to be somewhat difficult due to the fact that many people have trypanophobia, a fear of needles. I thought that getting my peers to donate would be a difficult task. Fortunately, that was not the case. In fact, many of my peers who I knew had trypanophobia pushed through their fears and signed up to donate. This made me so happy to see so many of my peers willing to donate, brought so much happiness in me. What was more beautiful was how eager they were to learn about blood donating. Their eagerness to support me and those in need showed how giving the class of 2016 is. As any senior at GPA can tell you, senior year has been the busiest year of our lives. Am I right, class of 2016? As the year progressed and Senior Talk work rolled out, I became increasingly busy, not only with schoolwork, but also with family responsibilities. Some challenges I faced was working with my schedule because I have multiple things going on outside of school. It became even more harder because of my mother's restaurant and my commitment to helping the business. Some other challenges I faced were the hours the blood bank was open. Due to them closing an hour after school ended, it made it difficult for me to get the hours I needed. Since I knew I was not going to be able to make up the hours during the week, I decided to go on the weekend. The only problem with that was it interfered with my baseball practice. This led me to reevaluate where my priorities were and eventually pushed me away from attending practices. This affected my relationship with my team, but I knew that they would understand. This service learning immediately put me in a difficult situation, and I knew that I needed to put my social life on hold and fully focus on my work with the blood bank. As I focused less on social activities, my service learning increased immediately, and it paid off. At first, my job was to help those at the San Diego Blood Bank, but as time passed, it became more than that. One day, I was conversating with Ms. Alva, and I realized, since we're living a life of giving, we can give back by having the senior class donate. From there on, I decided to ask a couple of my peers if they would be interested. With the help of Ms. Alva, we sent out an email to the senior class to survey how many would be willing to donate. The responses were great. Almost half of the senior class was willing to donate. This made me so excited and eager to take them to the blood bank. As days passed, I think the idea of being punctured with a needle set into the mind of many seniors. So they did not want to donate, which was fine, I understand. But many more were still willing to donate. Shout out to Ivan, Shakura, and Ms. Alva for being the first ones to donate blood. With the blood that you have donated, you have saved 3 lives. Please give them a round of applause. From there on, we had other seniors donate blood. Here's just some of the seniors that have donated. Please watch this quick video. Working at the blood bank, I was able to meet many interesting people. A couple weeks ago, I was fortunate enough to meet a man named Brian Caravel. Brian Caravel told me why he donates blood and why it is so important to do so. His story begins with him riding his bike on his way to work down a hill by Mission George area. When out of nowhere, a 65-year-old man made a left turn at the corner. Mr. Caravel crashed into the dump truck going 25 miles per hour. Due to this, Mr. Caravel was in coma for 2 weeks. When he woke up, he did not know where he was. The doctors told him that he has broken a collarbone, multiple ribs, several bones in his spine, and also punctured a lung. Due to his accident, Mr. Caravel ended up needing 9 units of blood. That's 9 pints of blood. I share this story with you because people all over around the world, due to certain circumstances, find themselves needing blood. Learning from this, I immediately learned that I had to get my community to start donating. I know that donating blood might not be on the priority of many of you, as I once felt the same way, but after personally speaking to those in need of blood, has changed that. As my work evolved at the blood bank, it became more and more important for me to get my peers to donate. That feeling that I felt when I was able to inform my peers about donating and having them donate really impacted me. This experience and the several trips to the blood bank has really changed me in a way as how much I see something as simple as donating blood. I am much more knowledgeable and aware about donating, and I constantly find myself sharing these interesting facts with my peers. That feeling I felt when I was able to inform my peers about donating blood, having them donate, and speaking to those in need of blood has really impacted me. This experience has made me more humble, but in all, grateful for the life I live. I'm also grateful for the class of 2016 for stepping up to the plate and volunteering to donate blood. I know that I was so happy to see so many of my friends and peers donating blood to save lives. I want to encourage you, the audience, to donate blood when you can. I can connect you with Leslie on Gateway Drive down the street, and she'll take care of you. Donate blood. You never know what life you're going to save. Before I wrap up my talk, I want to leave you with this powerful story in case you're not 100% sold. These 2 children behind me, Cadence and Chance. Cadence and Chance both suffer from a congenital heart defect, meaning that their normal flow of blood to their heart is disrupted. Due to this, Cadence and Chance needed multiple heart surgeries and numerous amounts of blood transfusions. Hearing the story from Mr. Caravel and those in need really pushed me to urge others to donate. Now that I have worked with the San Diego Blood Bank and have taken my peers to donate blood, I hope to continue this through the coming years. Since we had a large outpouring of seniors wanting to donate blood, I hope that this becomes a tradition to the next senior classes that graduate Gompers. Because I want the seniors to understand the importance of donating blood and make it so that the many of the millions of people in need of blood have easy access to it when needed. Now that I almost end my talk, I want to talk a little bit about agape love. Agape love means love for everyone. And like the rector once said, we need to show agape love. We can show agape love by donating and giving back to those in need. So lastly, I want to encourage you this one last time to put your fears aside and donate blood. Show agape love. Once again, my name is Luis, and thank you for listening to my senior talk.